Welcome to Spreading the Floor with your hosts, Jacob Cooperman and Nigel Petty Fernandez. Your go-to podcast for basketball's forecast.
Yo, spreading the floor. We're back, baby. What's going on?
Back.
Starting off hot.
We are, in fact, spreading the floor right now.
We are spreading the floor. We're spreading the podding universe out now.
We're spreading the floor 6 feet apart.
Yes. Well, I mean, probably a little less than 6 feet, but it is what it is. Did you hear about some of those Spotify podcast networks unionizing?
No.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's becoming more and more of a a lucrative business by the day. So pretty soon we might be getting paid to do this. I mean, I know it's still pretty, small scale, but
sick.
We got a good product here.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
And anyway, you know what? Great segue here. Speaking of products, okay, we've got a sponsor as always for this episode.
That's right.
SDF NBA all in caps. If you go to shop.ballinthesix.com, you can get some great basketball lifestyle type clothing from Toronto. I know the guy that runs it. I'm going to say this every single episode. Yep. He's a great guy. Go get your shit 20% off. 20% off. Probably shouldn't say that if I have a brand deal. 20% off. STF NBA. Go cop your stuff, man. And if you do, like I said, we get a cut of the dough.
That's right.
Which means better equipment, which means better podcast.
That's right.
Okay. All right. We have a grip ton of stuff to get into this episode.
That's right. We're packed.
A grip ton. We're packed. Okay.
We're packed.
We should probably talk about Giannis first, because I think when we were preparing for this show, there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the way that we thought Giannis was acting. Now, you think we're gonna open this up? You think that Giannis is leaving, correct?
I think Giannis is leaving.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I will say why. Here's the thing, right? He unfollowed all of his teammates, sure. The Bucks unfollowed him. That's pretty suspicious. But from what I've heard, he does this every offseason. He even unfollows his wife. He unfollows everyone but family. And it's to get focused for the next season. He has also came out publicly on the record and stated that he says he wants to stay with the Bucks and that they need an extra piece. Now, the only point I could logically concede to you, Nigel, is that the Bucks unfollowed him, which is very weird.
Yep.
But, if we're playing devil's advocate here, he could have asked him to do that.
That's true. And I didn't know that he did it every year.
I didn't know he did it either. I read that on an Instagram comment. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, so we don't actually know if he does it every year.
It's not. All
right, so fake news.
Concrete. It might be fake news.
We don't know. All right. The reason I think he's leaving is because I think that any player in his position would leave. And first and foremost, I think that logically speaking, in terms of his career, he should leave. Okay.
What, his trajectory or just the way where he's at right now?
Bro, he lost in the second round of the playoffs.
You're right.
What's
the Heat, though? I mean, the Heat are a bunch of killers. But I guess it doesn't matter if he can't get out of the playoffs anyway.
He's the reigning MVP. The Bucks are supposed to be the favorites for the East. And he can't make it past the second round? Yeah. He pulls off one game in the second round. Look, the Heat is good. Don't get me wrong. I love Jimmy Butler. But they won one game against the Heat?
Yeah.
I would have been surprised if it went to a game 7. I thought the Bucks were going to wipe the floor with them. I
thought so too. I'm not going to lie. I thought
wrong.
I think if you rewind the tape, we thought it was going to be a competitive series.
I think that the Heat were going to give them a run for their money, but I didn't think
no way that
the Heat were ever going to take a lead in the series, much less almost sweep them.
Yeah, the gentleman's sweep. I believe it was 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. So first and foremost, that's why I think he's going to leave.
Okay.
Because he should leave. Second of all, he unfollowed his teammates and stuff. If you look at players in the past, look at Kyrie Irving. What did he do before he left Cleveland? Unfollowed LeBron James. You look at Kevin Durant. What did he do before he left the Thunder? He unfollowed Westbrook.
Right.
That's just what they usually do. He went in and talked to the management of the team. They had a discussion. I'm sure that the discussion was like, "Hey."
Oh, that's true. That's something I forgot to say too.
If you're confident in your team and your franchise, there's not, there's stuff to discuss, but like not, when you're prepared.
You can't have a whole meeting about it.
You're not when you're about to be a free agent. You know what I'm saying? Which means that if he's not leaving, then he definitely has his doubts about the team.
Yeah.
Okay. And third of all, I don't think Giannis is going to raise his kid in Milwaukee. No offense to anyone in Milwaukee.
Wow.
I think he probably wants to get somewhere.
Listen, you bucking shots in Milwaukee?
No. I'm saying this is a point that I saw. I think on ESPN or something.
I wouldn't want to raise my kids there anyways.
I mean, look, Milwaukee's probably fine. That's not it.
Sorry.
But like, think about this, bro. You're a multi-millionaire star NBA player.
Yeah, you could go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like you really, and he just had a kid. You really gonna send your kid to, Milwaukee's fine, but like
you can go to Miami.
Thank you.
LA.
Miami,
No, yeah.
LA.
He's been on record too saying he likes the beaches in LA and Miami, I'm pretty sure.
Texas. Like I'm sure he wouldn't go to like Utah.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he wouldn't go to Chicago.
Fans. Yeah.
But that's
that's
my
also
thinking about it.
That's also true. You always have to kind of factor in players' living situations as well as their on-court acumen, as well as their on-court feelings towards a team. I mean, yeah, I think I was just trying to play devil's advocate, but in reality, I mean, what are really the chances that he sticks with the Milwaukee Bucks? I mean, they're a good team. He didn't have to carry as much this year. I've been very complimentary, and I still will be very complimentary of the way they handled themselves on the court this year. They were first coming out of the East, but they just don't have enough to get it done. Now, a lot of people are talking about getting that one more piece to help get it done.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons, too. I think that he might we're sitting here, right? We're doing a podcast. We don't know what was said in that meeting.
No, that's right.
We don't know what was said in that meeting. They could have
no idea. We have no idea.
They could have offered the kitchen sink, and I'm not talking in terms of like contract. I'm saying they said, "Hey, Giannis, listen, we understand that you're fed up. You're getting outed in the playoffs. We got you a better team this year. Hey, man, listen, what if we did you one better? What if we did you one better? We went out and we got another piece for you." If I'm Giannis, I might, I'm certainly, I don't want to put my kid into school in Milwaukee. That's for sure. I can agree with you on that one. Yeah. I want them going somewhere warm and we're South Beach, chilling out with Dwayne Wade's kid,
Yeah, seriously.
Getting put on like a poster on Sideline Sources or like Bleacher Report or something, Oh my God. But here's the thing. That's crazy because that's a baby. But here's the thing. If I'm Giannis, he wants to be the guy on that team.
Yeah.
Now, if he goes to Miami, that's his team. Sure. Right? And he would have a very, very realistic chance at making the finals, if not, the playoffs, if not the finals. But, if you're in Milwaukee, you're already with your teammates, you're already acclimated to that environment, you got your.
Is this me?
Yeah, that was you.
Was that me?
I think it might have been.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I thought that was you. I looked up at you. I was looking at the free agents for this year.
Yeah. No, ESPN does. They do have those weird. You'll be like cruising down an ESPN page and they'll have just like the.
Yeah.
You ever have like the video and you can't turn it off and you're trying to like you said you're trying to look at the free agents for next year and then all of a sudden it's Doris Burke. Shout out to her for calling I believe it is the Eastern Conference Finals this year. And you have like a video of her interviewing some. Anyways. What's it saying? Oh, yes. Giannis. I mean, if you're in Milwaukee and they're offering you the kitchen sink and a guy that can help you get it done, specifically a guard, because I've heard a lot of theories about Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I might stay there. I might be like, okay, I'll stay.
Well, I'm looking at who is a free agent this year besides Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James, which he's staying, obviously.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
He might go to Chicago.
Anthony Davis might go to Chicago.
I've heard whisperings.
I have not heard that, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Who other notable for maybe Blake Griffin? Paul George is not leaving the Clippers.
Yeah.
He's re-signing with the Clippers. Who are they adding? Like, because your kind of idea is that maybe they went to the office and said, look what we did for you. Look who we got.
They could offer a trade, I'm sure.
Yeah, but who are they going to trade?
I heard things about Eric Bledsoe and a lot of first round picks in the future. That's because I was going on ESPN. I know. I was going on ESPN. I was looking up some potential trades with the Warriors. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things. They get Klay Thompson.
I don't think the Warriors are ever going to trade Klay Thompson.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not saying that that's a definite trade. I'm not even saying that that's a likely eventuality. I'm just saying they have, if they want, a guy in Eric Bledsoe, that he's not a terrible player. He's certainly not that good, but he's just kind of, in my personal opinion, maybe a little bit above average, right? Mm-hmm. You offer him up with some first round picks. I might, if I'm a team like what? You know, a great team to trade with could be OKC, as much as it pains me to say that. You know, I know Chris Paul's aging and his contract's like,
Yeah.
But Chris Paul could go there. Chris Paul played great this year.
Would that be what Giannis needs to win a championship, though?
That next piece, I personally do believe so, yes. If they keep everyone they have now and they add Chris Paul, I think that might have the potential to put them over the edge, in my personal opinion. What do you think about that? Because I know you're kind of like,
I like Chris Paul, obviously. I think he's a great player.
Right.
Are they going to win an NBA championship with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Paul, who's an aging point guard?
Yeah, but he played great this year.
He did play great this year, that's right. He was also being fed the ball like 100% of the time, pretty much. He was being fed the ball like 100% of the time, pretty much. And, you know, he went out there and he's expected to perform, and he performed. Is that something Giannis, is that something that he would want them to invest in?
Yeah, I think so. Because I would offer this as a rebuttal, right? Chris Paul, he's a great pick and roll guard in the mid range.
That's true.
Giannis is a center. He could play in the bigger positions. You know what I'm saying? He could play in the 3, 4, 5. That's a great pick and roll asset, right? If you have Giannis crashing to the basket and then you have also the threat of Chris Paul coming off that's a deadly offense.
That is a deadly offense.
And if I know they got Chris Middleton on that team, but Chris Paul in the mid range.
I was thinking someone maybe. I think Chris Paul. You've convinced me. I think Chris Paul would be at first I was a little bit eerie, but yeah, you're right.
Could be.
I was thinking maybe someone that would spread the floor just a little bit more.
Yeah.
He said the thing.
Yeah.
That's why we were kind of thinking about him going to the Warriors. I mean, the floor would just be so spread.
Yeah. It's crazy. Fourth wall breaks.
Yeah, seriously. And it's true though. It would just, there would be threes flying everywhere. You'd go out for the three and they'd kick it into Giannis. Yeah. I think the Warriors would be such a crazy fit for him.
They're already going to be. I mean, they'd be a really good fit for him. They're already going to be. I thought you were going to say that they'd be pretty crazy. I feel like they're going to be.
They're going to be pretty crazy anyway. Yeah. But then if you add Giannis, I think, that would be realistically the best place Giannis could go. Maybe not in terms of like morally, like could you actually? Do that as
or like for the NBA parody.
Yeah. Could you be a decent person and actually join the Warriors? Like, let's talk about that part.
Right.
But
morals aside.
As far as the floor goes, that would probably be the best fit for him in the NBA. Yeah. Now, if you're talking about people to bring to Milwaukee, you have to think about what are they willing to trade and who is willing to go there.
See, that's the thing. Milwaukee is in a really precarious spot, in my personal opinion, because they have a lot of great players, both Lopez brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Chris Middleton. They got Giannis.
They're a solid team.
Solid team.
Very solid team.
But that also comes with the territory of walking on thin ice when it comes to trades.
Yeah.
Really, outside of Eric Bledsoe, if I'm the Bucks, I'm not personally comfortable with trading really any players, because you're one step away. If I have to, I have to. You're one step away, but at the same time, you're also one step away. If you lose a step, you're done.
Yeah.
So you'd essentially, I think, Milwaukee kind of would have to offer up their future a little bit, in my personal opinion. I mean, I don't know.
Does that mean that they trade Giannis and rebuild?
That could be true.
Or do we give it a couple more years? That's up to Giannis. That's up to Giannis this season. What he decides, and this is something I want to say.
Yeah.
This decision that he is going to make is going to be the decision that determines this decade of NBA.
Yeah.
This is going to start it off. If he leaves, this will be the catalyst to many teams forming, a change in atmosphere, a change in environment. And if he stays, it will also kind of set the precedent for who he has, what his legacy is, and maybe it will lead other people to follow suit and do stuff. I think that this offseason is going to be the one that sets the tone for the next 10 years. And I think in 10 years, we will look back and talk about this just like how we still go back and talk about when LeBron left the Cleveland Cavaliers the first time. You know, I think that's the level that we're at right now.
I think it's very interesting you brought that up, Nigel. There are only a handful of players like that in the league.
Yep.
There are players right under that. But like you said, there are only a handful of players in this league that can single-handedly influence the way players move around the league. Right. Giannis.
For a decade.
For a decade. I'd say even more short-term, if you think about guys like Luka.
Yeah.
He might not be there yet, but he's definitely, if he's not there, he's right under that echelon of stardom.
Right.
LeBron for sure.
Yep.
Quite possibly AD.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard. Not Paul George. I wouldn't
say Paul George yet.
I'm trying to think about who else.
But the thing is, if you think about Giannis is if he has already entered his prime, it was like 1 or 2 years ago. Like, we still have a lot of Giannis to go.
We got a lot of Giannis to go.
And this is going to be his decade if everything goes right. God forbid it doesn't. Right? So I think, what if he does go to the Warriors? We have another Warriors dynasty, and we're talking about Warriors for another 10 years.
If he gets over to the Warriors, I want Jamal Murray. I want Chris Paul on the Lakers. I need LeBron, AD, Chris Paul, Murray on the league. Yo, get everyone on the Lakers, bro. We gotta have.
That'd be interesting. What if Jamal Murray went to the Bucks?
I feel like that. No. If he plays the way he played in the series, finals.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Finals. Yeah.
I'd say so.
Let's say you trade Bledsoe. You'd have to give up more than Bledsoe.
You'd have to give Bledsoe in like 3 or 4 first-round picks.
I also don't
2.
know if they want to do that because the Nuggets are in a pretty good spot right now.
Well, yeah, that's something we didn't also take into account, the fact that other teams might be in a position that's favorable to them, and they don't want to give up a whole bevy of stuff for like Eric Bledsoe and a possible future like that.
What about Lou Will? Clippers have a lot to give up. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of first-round picks. Great depth.
Well, no, actually, no, they don't really, because in that trade for Russell Westbrook, they got
Clippers.
They gave Clippers. Excuse me. Wait. I'm doing
the trade for Paul George.
No, that might be the right. No, I know the Clippers. Excuse me. I'm getting all mixed up in my head here. I know the Clippers this offseason, when they traded because it was part of that deal. Yeah. They traded away a lot of their future.
Okay.
So they might not have a future to give away.
Well, they have depth.
They do have depth. Well, that was the thing. They have depth.
You have to see what do you want. Obviously, you want Lou Will.
Yeah.
But are you willing to give him up to get some of that future back? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Lou Will is not young anymore.
He's not young.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want that future back, I say you give up Lou Will, get Bledsoe and a couple first-round picks from the Bucks.
Yeah.
And I believe that would bring
that would benefit
the Bucks
both teams.
Up. Yeah, that would benefit both teams.
That's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Lou Will, like you said, he's getting up there. He's still solid though, in my personal opinion, in the mix for Sixth Man of the Year this year.
The sixth god.
Didn't he have like a stretch over like 3, 4, 5 years where he was just getting Sixth Man of the Year every single year?
I think he won it two times in a row. I think totally he won it 3 times.
Yeah. So just a solid sixth man, and also that complements both teams.
Yeah. That
complements both teams. Yo, NBA, please, GMs. You know what I mean? If not a podcast position, GMs.
Yeah. Well, also, I think how far the Clippers go in this offseason will also determine whether or not they're willing to give up a piece like Lou Will.
That is a great segue, because I also wanted to talk about the Clippers Nuggets.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too.
Nuggets are forcing a Game 7. It seems like Jamal Murray has a hard-on for going down 3-1 and then coming back, and also the Lakers and Rockets series.
I don't think Jamal Murray has hard on for anything. I think Nikola Jokic. Well, yeah, besides that, I think Nikola Jokic has been the most consistent person on the team. I know Jamal Murray has popped off a couple times. He hasn't really done all that well in this series against the Clippers.
It's been Jokic. It's
100% been Jokic. And wow, I thought the series was over, but wow, I'm so happy that it's not.
I'm so happy. Also, because you know what? I'm gonna say it here, guys. I've been high on the Clippers this season. I know we've praised them a bunch of times on the podcast. Listen, I don't necessarily want to see the Clippers go through. I might want to see some Nuggets action.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if I want to see a Lakers and Clippers Western Conference
Finals. We've been expecting that since... When did we call that? Since last year?
That's been since we started this damn podcast.
Since the season started, we knew that it was going to be. So, I'm rooting for the Nuggets, man.
Right.
And they also, not only do they have a knack for coming back from a 3-1 lead, they have a knack from coming back from a 19-point deficit in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm rooting for the Nuggets.
I think, and you know what? Hot take here: the Nuggets give the Lakers some problems.
Yeah.
Because of that guard rotation.
I do think that the Lakers would come out of that.
And plus, like the Lakers are kind of like, the Nuggets are kind of like, not obviously that Jamal Murray's on the same level as Harden, but they're in a similar situation to the Rockets in terms of guard rotation and just overall small ball, except they have Jokic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is good.
Jokic is so good.
You don't want to face Jokic.
Yeah, and that's something that could potentially cancel out or go head-to-head with Anthony Davis or LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, he's talented. Mason Plumlee, Michael Porter Jr., all those guys, man.
I know, and also MPJ was talking about how he wasn't happy with the amount of minutes he was getting because he was. Yeah. And this is I want to talk about just Michael Porter Jr. a little bit because I think we talked about him before. He's a future in the NBA.
Yeah, 100%.
As well as he did perform in the playoffs so far, I don't think he's consistent enough. I think that he caused a lot of turnovers. I think that he needs to get more experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, in order to get more experience, you play, but. His limited minutes, I think, are reflective of his game.
Yeah.
As well as he does do, I think he also does too much negative stuff to really be treated the way he wants.
Well, he certainly has a lot of room for improvement. I am personally really happy with the way he came back into the league.
Yeah.
I think it's been more upside than downside, but I can 100% agree with you here, Nigel, when I say that, like, or when you said that this guy, he's got some major issues that he's gotta address, especially before he goes on in a post-game interview and complains like he's LeBron James not getting enough. I said, like, listen, relax, big dog,
relax, bud,
relax, there, champ. You know what I'm saying?
Daddy, chill.
You know what I'm saying? Daddy, chill.
Deadass.
You know, like, relax. But nonetheless, man, they got some killers on that team.
Oh yeah,
they got some killers on that team.
Well, they're just one of those teams that they play really well together. They all feed off each other's energy. They're all they can really capture the momentum.
Right.
And any team can, obviously, in the NBA, but they really capture that momentum.
They're good at it.
They're very good at it.
Especially Jokic in late game situations. He's like, so anyway, I just started blasting.
Yeah, anyway, I just started shooting threes, and like they let me. So, I mean, also, the passing ability of Jokic. I'm rooting for the Nuggets.
I think listen, if the Nuggets want to make it through and they want to, you know what I'm saying, go into the Western Conference Finals, I'm not gonna stop them.
Yeah. No, would this be the first time in history that a team has come back from 2-3-1 deficits in the same playoffs?
See, you know what? We got some critics telling us that we probably should have looked this shit up before the podcast, but at the same time, I mean, we don't really know that the conversations we're gonna have.
No.
So then again, we're gonna look this up right now. So what did you say? Teams?
Has a team ever came back from 2-3-1 deficits in a playoff series?
Teams to come back.
I can't think of any team that came back that did it twice in 1 year, in one playoff run.
Twice in.
The reason we Google stuff on the podcast is because our, the way we do it is just.
Yeah, just organic.
We talk.
I like to.
And sometimes,
Yeah, we bring in prepared stuff. I used to do that a lot, but now I'm kind of like, the more you learn, the more you can take your foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah. Well, think about if you Google everything before the podcast, you know exactly, there's no room for like tangents and stuff, which is usually the most interesting part of the podcast.
Right. Okay. No, I do not believe they did. Oh, actually, did I hear something about that? They might have done it last season, or they might have had 2 in one. They might have had 2 in the playoffs last year. I could be wrong though. I could be smoking crack.
You might be smoking.
I could be talking about.
I can't think of a team.
I don't think a team
has
back
done from a 3-1 deficit twice.
No
it's
shot.
It's very rare for a team to do it once.
Back-to-back series.
Yeah, seriously.
Back-to-back series, bro.
I mean, I genuinely think if they win this game tomorrow, we're recording this on Monday. I think the game is tomorrow.
Yep. For once, we don't have to go immediately after this podcast and go watch an NBA game.
Yeah, there's no NBA today, which is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, sort of.
I think they might be making history if they win this game tomorrow.
And they'd be making me one happy boy.
They'd be making me one happy boy too.
Because I got an NBA friend that he listens to this podcast, and you know who you are. You're the absolute opposite of me. He loves Harden.
Oh.
He wants the Clippers to advance.
And he probably loves Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, he does love Kyrie Irving.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. Come on. But he's a good guy. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast one of these days. We could have some great spirited discussion. Can we talk about real quick the Rockets and Lakers?
Yeah, sure. What is there to say? I don't have much to say about it.
There's not much to say except, did you see Austin Rivers accidentally tossing the ball to LeBron? LeBron came at him, and then Austin Rivers was like, "Daddy, chill." He's like, I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems.
Yeah, well, it was an accident.
It was an accident, yeah. But that boy was shook.
Well,
I'd be shook too.
I wouldn't want problems with LeBron James, but
especially not like rolling.
I also don't think Austin Rivers is one to throw the ball at someone's head.
No. He was. I think he was just batting it towards the ref, and it hit LeBron in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it was just hilarious, like because I would have done the same. Like everyone was clowning him, but it's like, dog, if you had LeBron coming at you, like he was doing the head neck roll thing. You know what I'm talking about? That's pissed off LeBron.
Yeah. Well, LeBron was a little bit fed up, but also it's like LeBron. Relax.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah. The ball hits you in the back of the head. You're gonna pull up and start swinging. Like, was like, chill, buddy.
Relax.
Daddy, chill.
I can't yell. Yeah. Do we pop it one more time?
You go ahead.
Daddy.
Oh.
Daddy, chill. There we are. Love this new sound effect. Love it.
What the hell are you even talking about?
Yeah. What the hell is even that?
Yeah. What the hell is even that?
No, listen, we can. I mean, that's a great segue. Do you want to talk about the Rockets? Should they blow up their core? Daryl Morey, their head coach, now out the door. Okay, he said, "Hasta la pasta." Oh, did I say Daryl? I always get those two confused. Mike D'Antoni. I even have it in the notes here.
Yeah, Mike D'Antoni's gone.
Mike D'Antoni.
I heard a lot of people say he was a bad coach. I don't necessarily think he was a bad coach.
No, definitely not. If you get your team to the postseason 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
In 4 consecutive years, and you're not a trash coach.
No, you're not a trash coach. He also, designed the most efficient NBA offense of all time.
Yeah. Maybe second to the Golden State Warriors, but
he, number 1 seed in the West for a year, pretty good stuff. He also had Harden, but
they made it to the Eastern Conference.
He made it work.
Western Conference.
I think what really put the nail in the coffin was getting rid of Capella. I think.
Well, okay, because I wanted to have this conversation. I'm gonna let you get into it first. I do have the stats to back it up.
Okay.
Go ahead though. I think we're on the same track here.
Yeah, I think that small ball doesn't work. We're not there yet.
Right.
He's about 20 years too early.
Okay.
I think that Capella and Harden had a great dynamic, and once they fully committed to the small ball type thing, no bueno. I think they had other pieces they could have got rid of, like PJ Tucker. Like, I'm not even joking. We'll sit there in the room watching a Rockets game, and every play we'll go look at PJ Tucker. What is he doing?
He just chills in the corner. He's like a corner sitter on 2K.
Like, he's not good at basketball. He's not that good.
Oh,
like,
when he shoots threes from the corner, he's money, but that's about it.
He doesn't really do much. He's not a very good defensive player. He's not a very good. I'd take Eric Gordon before I took PJ Tucker. Like, I feel like they got rid of the wrong pieces.
Yeah.
They took the franchise in the wrong direction, and because of that, now they are down 3-1.
Yeah. Well, and also, you got to think, right? Well, now they're out now, so the Lakers got them. Yeah. The Lakers said, "See you later." I think that it's a combination, like you said, because I do have the stats to back this up, right? The 2017 and 18 playoffs were the most successful Harden era Rockets we've ever seen. They made it to the Western Conference Finals, and they were outed by, obviously, Golden State. If Chris Paul hadn't went down, a lot of people say that could have been a different result. Or maybe it was.
I'm one of them.
Maybe it was a semi. It was. No, it was the finals because I was looking it up earlier.
The Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, Western Conference Finals.
I think if Chris Paul stays healthy, they win that.
And then the 2014-15 playoffs, they came just short of that mark. So, like you said, Clint Capella, another great pick-and-roll center. Yep. You have Harden. He can shoot the ball. You have Chris Paul. He's another pick-and-roll threat. I think it comes down to the fact that you're right. They got wrong. They said see you later to the wrong guys, man.
Yeah.
They got rid of Chris Paul. I know, and the media narrative coming into that season, going out of that season, was that he was washed before he came to OKC. So, all right, that maybe affects Mike D'Antoni or Daryl, whoever makes the decisions, whoever is chief honcho. That maybe affects his decision making, right? But then you also get rid of Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Like you said, a great dynamic with Harden.
Yeah.
I think if they want to cash in on this championship window, which is going to be even more hard now because they don't have a coach that's accustomed to their offense. They just lost Mike D'Antoni, who's accustomed to dealing with Harden, who's accustomed to, even when they had Clint Capella, when they had Chris Paul, seems like a type of guy that you said revolutionizes offenses and can get guys around James Harden.
Yep.
And gets them to work around James Harden. Be it he is an iso ball guy, but he got guys to work around him.
Yeah.
I think what you're going to need as the Rockets, you're going to need a strong head coach candidate. You're going to need to get a talented center that can also shoot the ball.
Giannis.
We won't get into that just yet.
Here we go again.
Going back to that, Giannis. No, and another guy to compliment him.
Yeah.
Another guard to compliment him.
Right.
You don't blow up the core.
Yeah.
Just get rid of Russell Westbrook, man.
Yeah.
Get rid of. It wasn't the most. It wasn't a failing experiment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the best experiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
He averaged like 20 points per game in the playoffs, I think, and he was regular Russ during the regular season.
Yeah, just a little bit older and
just
less
a little,
athletic.
yeah, just a little less old, a little less athletic, a little more older.
Yeah.
A little older.
I agree, and we're shooting as you.
But like also his shooting was just all over the place.
I know.
Get rid of Russ. Get rid of Russ. Get some, get a center.
If I was the
Rockets, some length.
I think I would have actually just doubled down on the big men. I mean, you got James Harden who can spread the floor.
Yeah.
You have James Harden that can shoot from 6 feet behind the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Why not try to get like a Lopez brother? Why not trade for something like that, or like even Giannis? Maybe they got rid of Capella thinking that they might have a shot at getting Giannis, and I don't doubt that. But I mean, you'd have to look at like the cap room space and stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, like I think if you have one of the best shooters in NBA history, the last thing you do is make it so that
he has to do a lot of the work.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say the last thing you want to do is make it so that it's 100%. Every game is decided whether he is having a good shooting night or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's getting a brunt of that offensive impact.
No one on that team can drive.
Right.
Because no one's big enough.
Except for Westbrook. But, I mean, he has trouble sometimes driving against bigger
short,
guys.
And he's getting older.
Yeah.
I mean, no one in that Rockets-Lakers series, no one was driving.
Very sloppy when they decided to drive in. Because then they would just kick it out to the open shooter. He'd kick it out to another guy. He'd kick it out to another guy.
You can't. You got to have some kind of magnet in the middle of the floor. Right.
And something to spread the floor.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
And I think obviously hindsight's 2020. They thought they could do it. It's not something that's doable yet. I think maybe one day it will be, but not today.
I don't think it's the end of the Houston Rockets playoff window. I just think they need to do a lot more this free agency. They need to look into investing in a lot more pieces.
I think it's definitely closing. I think Harden is also getting older.
Yeah. It's closing fast, but
it's closing pretty quickly.
If you can get, and I'm talking about just the right combination of pieces, you might be able to do something with it.
What if Giannis goes to the Rockets?
If Giannis goes to the Rockets, that's a whole different situation.
Then I think that's a finals lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a deep playoff finals lock.
Yeah.
And that's in that conversation for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess with that we could talk about the all defense first team and second team.
Yeah, go ahead.
Want to talk about that, and then we'll get into our top 5 memeable NBA players.
Can you read off the first team?
I do. I have it in the notes here. Okay, so 2019-2020 NBA all defensive first team. We have at center Rudy Gobert. Just doing big things, doing big Gobert things. Yeah. Right at forward.
He's always going to be on that list.
Right. We got 2 forwards and 2 guards here. We got at forward number 1, right, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay. At forward number 2, we got Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Guard Marcus Smart. Love that.
Yeah. Guard
Ben Simmons.
Yeah. He's guarding guys that are a foot shorter than him,
right.
So I'd hope so.
Right. NBA all defensive second team. Okay. Center Brook Lopez. Definitely.
Yeah.
Forward Kawhi Leonard.
Of course.
Yeah. Forward Bam Adebayo.
Yep.
Yeah. Guard Eric Bledsoe. Interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
Very interesting, but I could definitely see an argument being made. Patrick Beverley, no.
I don't know.
No.
I like Pat Bev.
But I mean, I don't think he plays like.
He plays good defense, man.
But I think he like tricks people into thinking he plays good defense. I think he just plays with so much ferocity, gets a lot of calls. I think part of being let me try to explain this. I think part of being an elite defender is having heart, like Marcus Smart, right?
Yep.
But you also got to have some, it's cool. Like the mental mind games he plays is definitely a part of it.
Yeah.
I just think that Patrick Beverley is more mental in the way he plays defense, and if that can get you a all defensive second team ballot entry, then yeah. But I don't know if he's that technically gifted as a defender.
I think it's harder because of his size that, you know, he's not one to really get blocks or anything like that, but I think he plays very stand-up defense. I don't know if I'd put him above Paul George.
Yeah.
But Patrick Beverley definitely, for his size, plays decent defense. I was surprised that Paul George's not on either one of those.
Yeah.
Teams. Is there a third? Do we have a third team, or is that?
No, I don't think they didn't do the NBA team, the all NBA team either. I tried looking for that.
Okay, yeah.
Not yet.
Yep, they're like releasing it all slowly.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
the bubble effect.
The bubble effect. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with it 100%. I might put Paul George above Patrick Beverley. Funny enough, they're both Clippers.
Yeah, I think we have the same general idea here.
Yeah.
I don't know if okay, because we can have this conversation. I don't think that Patrick Beverley is that elite. He's elite. Maybe he's elite in the way that he approaches playing defense, but technically he is not on the same level as a guy like Kawhi.
Yeah, but I think just because it does not translate to the stat sheet does not mean that he is not doing, intangible things on the defensive side. I don't know if I'd put him on the same level as Kawhi, which is what they did by putting them both in the second team.
Wild.
You know how Kawhi is on the second team. Kawhi, I think, obviously plays better defense than Patrick Beverley.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Kawhi is more technically gifted with defense, but he has the same. I've seen Kawhi dive for balls the same way Patrick Beverley does.
Yeah.
But I'll stop interrupting you. My fault.
No, I mean, you're not really interrupting me. I mean, Kawhi Leonard's going to get more blocks and steals because he has huge hands and he's tall. I think Patrick Beverley is a good defender. I think he's not as good as Kawhi, obviously. I think Paul George, I'd probably take Paul George over him too. But also the talking and the yapping and stuff, and the way he gets in and bothers the offender, it's like that plays into it.
Yeah.
And I think that it does translate to. I think he does deserve to be recognized for his defense. I think it's definitely above average.
So you think? Well, I definitely say it's above average. Sure.
Yeah.
Above from your usual run of the mill guard for sure.
Yeah.
You could definitely say that. But do you think him talking and playing, like I said, the mental games?
Yeah.
You think that plays into it?
I think that's part of defense. Oh, I don't know about the talking necessarily, but he gets tangled up. I mean, look at Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Like half of his game was the blocks and all that and stuff too. But like half of his game was just like, sticking his arm where it doesn't belong. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Same thing with Kawhi, gets a lot of steals off of just sticking it. Same thing with Jimmy Butler. He sticks his arm where it doesn't belong. And gets away with things that maybe the ref shouldn't let him get away with just because they didn't see it. I mean, I think that all goes into being a great defender. I think Patrick Beverley does that well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he deserves to be recognized for it.
Okay. I just don't know if maybe the second team is a good place for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might put Paul George in the second.
Yeah.
Before I put Pat Bev, but Pat Bev is a good defender.
For the most part, though, I think by and large we pretty much can agree.
Who else is on the second team?
Second team is Brook Lopez at center, Kawhi Leonard at forward, Bam Adebayo at forward, Heat, obviously guard Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, I guess Eric Bledsoe did play good defense.
He did.
And that also puts up his trade stock.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, value. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. I mean, he's now with this, does he become a better trade asset for the Bucks? 100%, definitely.
100%, yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. This is a very spicy episode. I like this episode.
Yeah, no.
Kind of like
very critical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this season has just been so critical. I mean, it just showed the holes in almost every franchise.
Well, also too, it showed kind of, and this goes back to what we were talking about way earlier in the episode. With you have guys like Giannis that if they move somewhere, it affects the rest of the league. I was actually kind of thinking about it. You might have a lot of people now, because teams are a lot more balanced, that could move somewhere and, hey, that's a tipping point. And, hey, guys, other guys want to go other places because, I'm thinking we were talking about Jamal Murray, right?
Yeah.
You could have potentially guys in that bracket go somewhere. And then, all of a sudden you got guys like what? Kawhi. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he leaves but I'm saying he wants to go somewhere because, Jamal Murray. I think there's a lot more guys right now like that because there's a lot of teams like that.
There's a vacuum of power.
Definitely. Vacuum of power, parity, just a lot of teams have a lot of great assets.
Yep.
And a lot of teams are a few steps away.
Yeah, there are at least 4 teams that are just one good piece away from a championship.
100%.
And this is the first time it's been like this since 2004.
How many times we got to sing this league's praises this year? I mean, we're gonna do it again.
Seriously, yeah.
We're gonna do it again.
I hope it's just as good next year, so that we can talk about how good it is.
I think it will. But you know what? Real quick.
Look at us.
Hey,
look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Not me.
For real, not me.
Not me. Not me. You know what I'm saying? This entire season, man.
That's right.
Maybe I'm going a little too overboard with the sound effects.
You love them sound effects.
I'm toeing the line. This is the first time I've had the sound effects in a while.
You know what I love besides what I love just as much as sound effects is
what's that?
Memes.
Memes. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to hear your top picks for the best memes.
Okay.
Memeable players.
So there's a lot of potential meme stardom, and I included some guys here because of their meme potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But my starting 5. Okay.
The all memed out team.
All memed out team. And this is not going by position. This is not going by first to fifth. No particular order. I don't know if you did it like that.
I didn't.
5. Dwight Howard.
I didn't even think about Dwight.
There's going to be a lot that I'm sure I didn't think of because there's just so many NBA players.
Yeah.
NBA Twitter is great.
Yeah.
The amount of clips that exist of this man, I'm not going to get into why he's memed because I think a lot of people know why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get too crazy on the podcast.
Yeah,
but let's just say it has something to do with...
Daddy, chill.
You know what I mean? Like, it has something
He's a bottom, yeah. He's a bottom. He's a bottom. That's what he does, man.
Okay, yeah. He's a bottom.
He's a bottom.
We're going to leave it at that. So the amount of just, like, there's videos, there's text. A lot of these players, they have videos or they have text. Some of the guys in my starting 5, they have both.
Yeah.
And some of them, like my next up on the list, they actually have clips from their jobs working as analysts after the NBA. Do you want to put in a guess?
Paul Pierce?
Close.
Who?
Shaq.
Shaq
Shaq
is a very memeable guy.
Very memeable guy. He does it to himself.
Yeah, I think that's part of his personality.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? I'm Shaq. Yeah. What's going on?
Big Diesel.
Big
you know
as
what
hell.
I do? I come out here, I do my thing.
Yeah.
Kobe does his thing.
Yeah, you talk, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face.
You can ask Phil Jackson.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can ask Kobe. Phil Jackson know me.
Yeah. Shaq and the Fool. I mean,
Yeah.
Literally, like, the amount of memes that are generated from this man alone. Also, in proxy,
Yeah.
how could you not have him in your starting 5, right?
Well, I think, is he really an NBA player?
He was.
Yeah, I know, but like, was he a meme when he was an NBA player, really?
Are we doing that?
I mean, you can obviously you're starting 5. I don't know if I'd put him on mine just because. I mean, he out of all the analysts, yeah, I would.
Okay.
But
that's interesting.
I respect. I think I love the Shaq is definitely a memeable
Yeah.
person. I love the Shaq meme.
Oh, you must have been sweating it last night because you're finding current play. Oh no, actually no, current players it's pretty easy though. But
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd put a couple current NBA players before I start talking about Shaq.
Well,
but go ahead. Yeah, finish your list.
Let me go with the list. Maybe
go
we'll
ahead.
see.
Yeah,
Maybe
sorry
we'll
for interrupting you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
And number 3, we have a Shaq in the Fool Hall of Famer, JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, JaVale.
Just started his memeing career on Shaq and the Fool.
That's right.
I don't think I'd put him above Shaq or Dwight Howard because now he's kind of made the turnaround. He's on the Lakers. He's on the championship.
Well, he's been
team.
playing well.
He's been playing well.
Yeah.
So he made that turnaround, but there was that whole fiasco with Shaq and him, and the moms had to get involved.
Yeah.
I think he was a meme for a while. It was a great meme. He was a meme kind of when like OSN was doing basketball commentary videos. I don't know if you remember him.
No.
But Oprah side, I can't say the last word of that. And yeah, no, I think he was a great meme. He was a great source of entertainment for a lot of people watching Shaq and the Fool.
He's done some dumb shit on a basketball court.
He's done some stupid type stuff.
Yeah.
He's done some. Oh my god.
Yeah. He earned that Shaq and the Fool award. But like we said, he definitely turned it around recently. Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't put him like crazy up high.
Yep.
Number 2, Michael Jordan. Especially now, like they had stuff, the crying MJ meme before The Last Dance.
Yeah.
When The Last Dance dropped, the amount of meme gems that came from that, like the woman that was like, Mike, and he like takes off the headphones. Meme gold. Or the one that he was looking at the iPad.
Yeah.
And he was like smiling.
Yeah.
Just the amount of MJ memes that have been generated, also with the fact that he's just the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to put him up there. He's got, and also too, I mean, like you see a lot of MJ memes being used outside of basketball Twitter, which is another big thing for me when considering like who is memeable where, like you see Russell Westbrook, the what meme, you know what I'm talking about? The
I know.
What is it?
Like,
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm out, man. No, like stuff like that. They get used out of NBA Twitter.
Right.
Outside of NBA Twitter.
Is that your starting 5? Is that 5?
That is. I got one more to go.
Go ahead.
So the first one, it was hard for me.
Okay.
It was hard for me.
Go ahead.
I think JR.
Wow.
I don't know. I could very easily be swayed. There's LeBron. These are my honorable 6-man mentions. LeBron, Carmelo Anthony, of course, Russell Westbrook. I also now, Kawhi.
Yeah.
Kawhi's a big one, but he kind of came up recently. Like after that Kawhi laugh, just like, you know what I mean? Like he's doing it now. But, back then he wasn't really a meme like that.
Yeah.
He wasn't a meme like that.
Yeah, he definitely, when he was in the Spurs, he didn't really have many Hall of Fame meme moments.
More just of a robot. Pardon with the fact that his father did. So it's kind of like the reason he's like that is because I'm sure he doesn't, and not to like joke around, but like that's why I didn't put him that far up. I think I'd probably put LeBron over JR though.
Yeah.
Maybe switch him around because LeBron just had some absolute dingers.
Oh yeah. LeBron's. I mean, that's how I would start off my list.
Yeah. Well, actually,
LeBron.
LeBron. What can you say about LeBron? He's a king, man. I just think JR, the Henny memes.
Yeah, they're very funny. Also, I mean, my favorite meme of all time. One of them is LeBron. When he's pointing to the score when in the game 1 of the Warriors in 2018.
Was that when JR got the George Hill got the rebound, passed out to JR took it out?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, dog?
Yeah, and he's like looking at the camera. Yeah.
Well, that's a conjuncture meme. That's like a mixed meme.
Yeah, and then also you have when he was down 3-1 to the Warriors, the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And
that one's recent.
And Jamal Murray recreated that one. So
sick.
yeah, I think definitely number 1 on my list would be LeBron.
Okay. That's number 1.
Yeah, that's number 1. LeBron is just the man.
Okay.
And then I think I have to go with Michael Jordan.
Right.
Obviously, meme gold.
I
also think that people sleep on Kobe memes though.
Kobe memes are very good.
Kobe has a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like the one where he's like looking up over the crowd. There's the,
You know what the thing with Kobe memes is though? They're always respectful.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's cutting Kobe's ass.
No, never.
Nobody.
Never.
Which is something I respect. So it's something I didn't even think about.
Yeah, I didn't think about that till you just mentioned it, but it's true. Yeah, so I'd probably go the 3 GOATs, Michael,
okay,
LeBron, and Kobe. And then I'd probably put J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith at number 1?
No.
Oh, no, that's number 2.
We're just listing off starting 5.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that was 3, and then J.R. was number 2, and then you guys still got 1 to go, right? Yeah.
I put J.R. Smith. I just like his Henny memes. Obviously, I like the ones where he they had him throwing soup because he threw soup at the GM.
Yeah,
I love that one. That's
that's great.
And then I was getting the 5th one is always very difficult. I'd probably go with JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee.
Probably, that's what I was thinking. I didn't really have a set number 5, but we're talking about it. I like JaVale.
Yeah.
His memes are pretty funny.
JaVale's pretty hilarious. In an indirect way.
Just the stuff that he does. It's gold.
But now he's cool now. Now
he's just a goofy guy.
He was. I should say he's probably more like he went from I'll bring her home at 12 to she calls me daddy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, also I was thinking, Jimmy Butler. I definitely put an honorable mention. He has some good memes.
Yeah. Oh, true. You know what? I was thinking about him.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him in the same way I thought about Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Because Hoodie Mello.
Yeah.
What fuck out of here, I got it.
Yeah.
That was my screensaver on my phone for a while.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Carmelo's the man. He's the king of New York.
Yeah. Carmelo's the man. But a lot of you know what I brought from this? A lot of NBA players can be memed.
Oh yeah. There's just so much. They have so much camera time.
Yeah. It's just, and they do a lot of
there's a lot of emotions out on the floor. I'd be surprised if they weren't memed.
Yeah. Also, sleeper pick, Jokic. Jokic gets memed a lot.
Yeah.
On the low. But that's only really in a subsection of the NBA Twitter community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, of course, recently the Jamal Murray memes have also been gold as well. Like when he, with the whole girlfriend thing happening.
Yeah, that was. Do you really think he got hacked with that?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I'm not gonna jump on this guy.
You're not gonna jump on him like that?
No, I'm not gonna jump. I don't even think it's not even something that I would. If it happened to me, I'd be like, oh well. I wouldn't really care that much.
Nah, I wouldn't be sweating it too much.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's in a good spot anyway.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to finish off the show here with the call of the FREDO the Don?
Yeah.
Double up on him.
Let's talk to
right.
Fredo.
FREDO the Don, guys. Let us know if you want to keep seeing FREDO the Don. We think he comes with the great takes. We're gonna hit him with a rapid fire take, and we're gonna have to ask him to answer us. Because last time he had that outwardly crazy prediction.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Wow, no voicemail.
And then I'm getting called from my mom. What is happening right now? Okay, whatever.
Ask your mom.
Ask him. Yeah, all right.
Hit her with the rapid take.
Hit her with the rapid take. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. This is good. Let's see.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Ma, what's going on? Listen, before you say anything, you are live on the air on me and Nigel's flagship podcast, Spreading the Floor, and we wanted to get a take from you. You actually came in perfect timing because we called Fredo, and he didn't pick up, and right as he didn't pick up, you called in.
Right.
Oh, hello, everybody.
You called into this show. Remember, you set yourself up for this, right?
I guess I did.
Okay. Nigel, what should we ask?
We want to know about the Celtics.
We want to know about the Celtics.
How did she feel about the series?
How did you feel? What Raptors versus Celtics? Or
Yeah.
how do we feel about the Eastern Conference Finals?
Well, it went to Game 7. Celtics won.
Yeah.
Who shined in that series?
Okay.
We didn't really get to talk about it, so let's see what.
Right. Can you hear?
Well, I can't really hear Nigel. I hear you okay.
Did you hear what Nigel asked?
It almost doesn't matter because I have nothing intelligent to say about anything related to basketball.
There's Fredo. All right, Ma. Listen, we will get back to you. It's all love from the Spreading the Floor podcast. And
all right, I think that's a good idea.
yeah, we'll touch in with you later. All right, Ma.
Thank you.
See you later.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. Love you. That was Mama Coop. Now here's Fredo. Fredo, you are live on the air on the Spreading the Floor podcast. What is going on?
How are we, sir? How are we?
We're doing fantastic. We just rounded off a great show. We actually had a Mama Coop, call into the show.
That's right.
And we asked her about the Celtics. She denied us hardcore.
Yeah.
But now we actually have a Celtics fan in front of us, a guy that said that they had to start, a top 2 starting 5 in the NBA.
Right.
If we remember you correctly.
You're correct.
A bold take, but we love you for that.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
let's talk about this Celtics versus Raptors series.
And where does that put them against the Heat?
Yeah, and where does that put them against the Heat?
Yeah.
The Raptors are the defending champs, even without that's a large piece that they did have missing. But as well as the Celtics were missing Gordon Hayward.
Right.
So I knew it was going to be a scrappy series in general.
Yeah.
And personally, I think the Raptors were a better overall team than the Milwaukee Bucks when it comes to the playoffs. Because I think that the Raptors have more surrounding pieces than the Bucks do. It's on the Bucks. It's really only Giannis, and then obviously they have Chris Middleton. But otherwise, they don't have really pure scorers other than that. And Chris Middleton also, if you just give him the ball, and if he's out there only by himself, that team isn't really that great. It'll be a really interesting matchup, this Eastern Conference Finals. I know Miami is a really good and scrappy team, and they're also deep. But I really do believe the Celtics will pull this off, and I think it will go to Game 6. I don't think it's going to go Game 7 like it did with the Raptors.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he's saying
So-
Celtics in 6.
So you're saying Celtics in 6 against the Heat?
Yes.
And his reasoning for the Game 7 in the last round was because Gordon Hayward
The reason for
and
Game
Kawhi
7,
were not there.
Last round with the Raptors. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay. The reasoning with that is, so the Celtics really could have won that series 4-1. Game 4, they had that crazy buzzer beater by
OG Anunoby.
his last name. Yeah, I was about to butcher his last name.
That's all right.
Yes, so they had a crazy buzzer beater then, and their momentum just after that was just like wow, like we could have just went up 3-0 in the series. Now it's 2-1. And they played a little sloppy.
They did.
It was just a mentally tiring series, because also you have to remember that it also got pushed back because of everything with the Black Lives Matter stuff,
right?
And stuff like that. So a lot of things kind of altered the series in general, mentally for them. And so obviously, also they are the defending champs. So I wouldn't expect the Celtics honestly to go 4-0 in that series in general. So I wasn't surprised, because the Raptors are a very just scrappy team, but also they have Nick Nurse, who was literally named
the coach of the year.
Yeah. And he's an amazing coach. So I'm not surprised that it won Game 7, because you also look on the other side, on the West Coast, and you see literally the Nuggets now going to Game 7 against the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah.
Because Mike Malone is a terrific coach.
Right.
So it had a lot to do with just sort of like the mental state of some of the players, as well as just the Raptors are defending champs, and they have a great coach, and they just have a great system over there. So, the Heat with Eric Spoelstra as well, they have an amazing coach. So it's going to be interesting, this series. I have hope. It's going to be a scrappy one.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Especially with Jimmy Butler and Marcus Smart butting heads, because they're both just these scrappy
dogs.
Defenders. It'll be interesting, though, how we can handle Bam Adebayo, because
put Brown on him.
Yeah,
that's true. Daniel Tice is our center, and he would match up against him if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, Daniel Tice is a good defender, but Bam is Bam. So
true.
It'll be interesting, but I think, because also Robert Williams has some size, and
yeah.
he's been playing well.
Fantastic.
During this whole playoffs.
Like a champ.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a really athletic center, and he's on the come up. But we do need Gordon Hayward to come back this series, and I think he is going.
Yeah,
to
he
be
is. It seems like it.
Yeah. He's obviously not going to be here for Game 1, which is tomorrow. But he might. I think he might be back in the series maybe a little later.
Okay.
So
you think Celtics in 6?
If we have a Gordon Hayward, I think if we have Gordon Hayward in the series, I think Celtics in 6. Yes.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
See, but Nigel.
Even if Gordon's not in the rotation, I think it would probably go 7, but I think it could still go 6.
Yeah, Miami's very talented.
I like the Heat.
Yeah, I just like the Heat.
I do too. It's going to be a very good series.
I could even see that potentially going to a Game 7, honestly.
I mean, that honestly can happen as well. I don't want to jinx my Celtics, honestly, so now I'm kind of regretting saying it's going to go Game 6, but no, it's going to be a great series. So
I think you got good reasoning. I think you backed up all your points. The only reason I would disagree with you is that the Heat are coming off of the highest momentum they could possibly have.
Yeah, that's true too.
And the Celtics are in the exact opposite position right now, off of Game 7 against they gave up too many games, and the Raptors were giving them buzzer beaters and stuff.
See, my thought process with that is I think the Celtics have a really big momentum, because it's the defending champs. They just beat the defending champs. No matter if they don't have Kawhi, they're still the defending champs. So, obviously, yes, because the Bucks were the best record-wise, regular season, were the best team in the NBA. But the Bucks, as just years prior, have just choked. And so I think and some people honestly didn't believe in the Bucks to even make it to the finals. They thought obviously they would make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think the momentum on both sides are going to be equal.
Okay.
Because also just even if you look at Mike Budenholzer's the Bucks coach's track record in the playoffs, it's he's a really good regular season coach. When it comes to clutch time, he can't make it out of like the Eastern semifinals or conference finals. So I mean it's going to be interesting. I think they have great momentum on both sides. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the key factor for the Heat is like Tyler Hero, him coming off the bench. He's like he's filthy.
He's filthy.
Yeah.
Him and Duncan Robinson.
He's got balls.
He's got cojones.
He's gonna be a tricky player because Jimmy Butler. The thing with the Heat is, but this is also with the Celtics. Like the thing with the Heat is, Jimmy Butler can score literally like 7 points, and the Heat will still win because they're depth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but you could say the same about anyone on the Celtics rotation.
Even though like Jason Tatum, like we need Jason Tatum to do well, but like I've seen Jason Tatum score literally 5 points, and the Celtics still win.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's anyone on the Celtics could score. I mean, that's a great Celtics system too.
Yeah.
I think it's just.
Yeah, I mean, Brad Stevens is a terrific coach as well.
100%.
I also, though, the thing with the Heat is there's also momentum on Eric Spoelstra's side because everyone has always counted them out and said you're only a good coach because you had LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And so now he's taking a team that was not even
They said he was Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, who was probably projected, the Heat were probably projected to be like a 6 or 7 seed, I'm guessing.
Something like
year,
that.
And not even make it, obviously, to the Eastern Conference Finals. Look where they are now. So, also, Eric Spoelstra has some momentum as well. But also, Brad Stevens does.
Look at us.
Brad
Hey,
look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought?
3
Not
out of
me.
the last 4 years. But we've never been able to pull it off because we've had just really bad injury-plagued years during those times. But, yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I think both teams are hungry. And
that's right.
Both teams want to make it, so it's going to be a really good series.
I'd say I could agree with you there, Fredo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, so that's been actually, you know what? Real quick, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to answer this. Right? Your starting 5 memeable NBA players, and then we'll take the show out here. Go for, like just rapid fire for a minute.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
Starting 5 memeable NBA players, so players that are perfect for memes on NBA Twitter, wherever it might be. Starting 5, rapid fire.
I'm confused.
Essentially, the starting 5 squad of players that have been NBA memes. So, like JR, MJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got JR. Kobe Bryant.
Okay, yeah.
LeBron James.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think it was Colin Sexton, I think, in like when he was in high school.
Interesting. Definitely.
Yeah, it was like him at like the free throw or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And then I feel like Joel Embiid, I think.
Yo, okay. All right. Listen. Thank you so much, Fredo. You're always giving us interesting insights on this podcast. You will definitely be a return guest, but for now, we will have to bid you adieu because we have to finish up with this recording here.
That's right.
Without further ado, though, that's been FREDO the Don.
Well, thank you very much.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a blessed day. I'll speak to you guys
too.
soon.
All right, Fredo. I'll talk to you, man. Much love.
Peace. Much love. Peace.
Very good.
And that was FREDO the Don.
Interesting takes. I love that he
just brings it every single episode. I love this.
I love that he puts Gordon Hayward up there with Kawhi.
Did he say that?
Well, he was like, well, you got to think about it. The reason we went to Game 7 was because the Raptors didn't have Kawhi and the Celtics didn't have Gordon Hayward. And I was like, oh yeah.
Well, the way the Celtics run an offense, Gordon Hayward is as important as everyone else is, but I don't know if I'd put him on the same level as Kawhi. No. But I can almost see where he's coming from.
I wouldn't even say he's important as everyone else is. I wouldn't even say I'd start him personally.
Well, that's listen.
That's a talk for another time.
That's a topic for another podcast, guys. Without further ado, listen. Before we end off the show, you can go to shop.ballinthesix. Use code all caps STFNBA for 20% off your basketball lifestyle type purchase from Toronto, Canada.
That's
okay?
right.
All right. And shout out to my friend, the Eccentric Print. Go shop on his stuff. He's already making a killing out here. Kobe Bryant Washington. Go follow him. Go like his shit. He's got good stuff, man. I'm wearing his cap. I was wearing his little reflective jacket at the beginning of this. He makes dope stuff. Go check him out too. And without further ado, guys, that's been Josh the Boss on the intro beat as well.
That's
I have
right.
to plug all my friends. And without further ado, guys, that's been the episode.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.